channel. Today we're going to talk about books that I'm currently reading and books that I'm planning to read very soon before the end of this year, and also books that I have on my December TBR. Starting with the book that I've just finished reading, Poor Things by Alistair Gray. This is a book that I found out about by subscribing to Jen V. Campbell's channel. You should check it out. I will link it in the description box down below. It's sort of like a combination of Frankenstein, Lolita, and fairy tales, particularly Beauty and the Beast. Now, the person in the picture is actually Godwin Baxter. He's portrayed as a sort of sinister character, but he's actually got a big heart. So this book is about him bringing back to life a woman who just died with a baby inside her. So the brain of the baby is transplanted onto this woman and she's supposedly brought back to life. But this is just the narrative that we readers are provided, and it can be questioned because there is an unreliable narrator throughout the read and everything he says cannot be taken at face value. Every character in this novel is apparently a poor thing, and that's why it has this name. Very interesting read, lots to dissect, lots to pick out. It's set in the 18th century, late Victorian age. It's in Britain. It deals a lot with medical science, dissection, the body, things like that. So then you should definitely pick this up. Also, if you like Frankenstein and Lolita, then you should pick it up. I gave this 4.5 stars. Few of the things in it, like the contextual stuff, I felt that it was a bit distant. That's why I couldn't really completely enjoy it, because a few of the things in this book were very factual and needed me to really try and understand British history and politics back in the day, which I needed a lot more work to be done in that area before I could actually enjoy this. So that's why I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Anyway, so that's that. What I'm currently reading is something I'm absolutely thrilled about. I Am by Maggie O'Farrell. I've never read any of Maggie's books, and this is the first, and I absolutely love the title. It's taken from Sylvia Plath's poetry. Most people find Sylvia Plath pretty depressing, but this is a book that is a very visceral read, and every chapter is named after a body part. They're divided into segments that are sort of in a chronological order. So she goes from backwards to forwards and back again about her life. So these are all her life experiences, and all of them are near-death experiences. She talks about them in a lot of detail, and you feel like you're actually there in her shoes, experiencing all the terrible things she's describing, like almost being drowned, almost having someone strangle you, things like that. And I must warn you, it's not for the faint-hearted. This book is very enjoyable in the sense that she captures the human experience brilliantly. Like, it's something that she talks about, very meditative experiences, and actually reading this book makes you feel really alive because she talks about near-death experiences. I'm still reading it and I have to finish it, but I will let you know once I'm done in a review on my blog, which is also linked in the description down below. The next book that I read this month, The Essex Serpent, and I absolutely loved it, but I gave it 3.5 stars only because there was a lot of description, but it was a bit of a drag for me. That's why I have given it 3.5 stars. A 5-minute review of this book in my channel in one of the other videos, which I will link in the description box for you to go see. The other books that I'm currently reading is Imogen Hermes Govar's The Mermaid and Mrs. Hancock. I bought this book because of the cover. It's absolutely stunning. And as you can see, it's been nominated as shortlisted for the Women's Prize of Fiction in 2018. Also, I have to point out that a lot of the books that I've read this year have been of women authors, and I'm really glad about that, and I think we should support more women authors. So this book, I really don't think I'm going to finish it because it's somehow not gelling with me. I actually thought that this would be something I would like, being historic fiction of the 17th century, and it's got a mermaid in it, so those things totally sold me, but then turns out that it's getting pretty boring in the beginning, and it's a really hyped book, so a lot of the times a hyped book doesn't really do that well for the average reader, and I think this is one of those books. But if you've read this and you liked it, then please tell me why you liked it in the comments so that I can, give it another shot, maybe read it from that perspective. And at the center of this novel is a mermaid, and she's put on exhibit like a freak, and a lot of money is made out of her. This man who has a ship, he exchanges the ship, or rather sells it in exchange for a dead mermaid. So that's how the story kickstarts. I don't know if I'm going to finish this. Honestly, I've gotten like 100 pages through, but there's so much more to finish, and it doesn't seem to be moving that fast for me. Let's see how that goes in the days to come. And finally, a book that I'm absolutely thrilled about is Rupi Kaur's Milk and Honey. This is a poetry collection, and I absolutely love poetry because it's so open to interpretation. And since Emma Watson's book club, Our Shared Shelf, picked it up this year, I thought that it's high time I picked it up with beautiful illustrations inside. Here's an illustration for you. Yeah, so there's a lot of blank space, and I'm pretty sure that there's a reason why there's so much blank space. Anyway, I'm really excited to read it, and I will probably do another video where I dissect one of the poems that I really liked. If that's something you would like me to do, also let me know in the comments below. That's it for today. I hope you liked the set of books that I did speak about, and let me know if you've read any of these. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon. Lots of bookish love. Bye.